So here we are on yet another day of Thotmas. We got our man Sir Yeetus in the house. Sir Yeetus, let us know about what the hell is going on in these streets.
Oh man, I got a huge story for you guys. Man, this was back when I was a senior year in high school, right? And I was dating this twin, because I'm like, you know what? This is a very rare occasion for me to date a twin. They're both hot because, they look the same. So I'm like, let me go out with one of these twins. And she was pretty cool, we all doing our thing as boyfriend and girlfriend. And one day, right, after I was done getting out of the gym because it was gym class, I was waiting for my girl, right? Because my girl usually waits at the end of the hallway every day. And I go over there and, we were having a good time, hugging up on each other, filling up on, like, yeah, we're getting a little bit naughty in the hallways. And then she smiled. I'm like, oh, this is not good. Because the girl that I dealt with, she wore purple. Like, everything's purple. The other girl wore pink. Right? Girlfriend wore purple. Her sister wore pink. When she smiled, her braces were pink. So, yeah, for a good 10 minutes, she was taking advantage of me. I was like, no, you grimy.
That's grimy, man.
Seriously, and she was smiling about it.
I mean, that's grape right there.
That's pretty much what it is.
I mean, that's what they call it, right?
Yeah.
Or just using their own words against them.
Yep. Similar to if you find a guy that is presumably rich and you find out he works at the gas station, that's grape. It's similar to this. I'm like, you're not my girlfriend. What is this? What is this? And she literally winked and walked away. I'm like, oh, what is going on? So I went over, I talked to my girl after she was done with her class. I had to let her know what's going on. I was going to be that guy. And she wasn't in a good mood. And it turns out that when they went home, it was a whole fist fight. Like, it was a fist fight over me, I'm like, that's kind of hot. But at the same time, I was like, okay, that's not good.
It's even hotter if they start accidentally, like, scissoring each other, and then they're just like, hey, you join in.
Oh, shit.
Yeetus, join us.
Well, I'm not going to say no. Oh, man. And that's just one story. The other story I have, I got to tell one more story. It's a quick one. I'm here in the military, right? And I am in the barracks doing my thing. And the barracks is where, everything just goes nuts. It is insane. Just a bunch of young kids doing whatever they want. It's pretty much the military is pretty much like a fraternity but with guns.
Yep.
So while I'm here, I just got back from the bar. I'm feeling it, right? I'm lost in the sauce. I'm struggling to get back to my barracks. And then I see a line wrapped around the hallway. I'm like, well, what's going on here? What's going on? And then one of my boys give me that look. He's like, yeah. I was like, what the fuck are you guys? What are you guys doing? So I followed the line, and I'm hearing the clap of the cheeks, all that stuff, like the moaning and groaning. I'm like, holy shit! Like, who is that? What is that? That's the lieutenant colonel's daughter, bro.
Oh no!
I'm like, what are you doing? Do you know how much trouble we'll get if he finds out? Like, are you serious? And I had to make sure everything was good. She seemed, it was consensual. There was no bad vibes. It seems like she wanted to do it, and it was gnarly, bro. It was gnarly. And
how many dudes you think?
I'll say around 12.
Let's put it this way: how many are in a platoon?
Around 20.
There you go. That's how many.
Yeah, pretty much. And I'm like, how'd you guys even get this together? We're like, we didn't put it together. She literally came to us.
Yep.
I'm like, so where is the lieutenant colonel? Oh, the lieutenant colonel, he's hanging out with his parents out of town.
Wow. Wait,
I'm
was
like,
this on the base?
no, because this was after.
This is off base. Okay.
Yeah,
So
he
this
lives
is
off
after.
base.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, he lives on base. So yeah. Okay. I got it.
and somehow she was able to get on base. I don't know how, but
Yeah. Okay. That is not that uncommon because, as you know, I've dropped my brother off at bases, right? And
Right.
when you go to these forts and stuff, right? You
Right.
show up. There's usually two people at the gate, and they need you have to have the right answer, otherwise they're not going to open that gate to let you pass, right? And they're armed.
right.
They had to have known her, right? Clearly, oh yeah, this is Lieutenant Colonel's daughter. She could have made up anything, right? Like, oh, I'm going to see my dad, or I'm going, pick a reason, right?
That's true.
So she had access to this many dudes.
And technically,
And they're all thirsty dudes, you know that.
oh, very thirsty. Oh yeah. Even the married ones.
Yeah, you ain't shit.
Those are extra thirsty.
Bro, it's the military is literally a giant orgy. I never seen so much cheating in my life, especially when it comes to the married wives. They're the worst of them all.
There are people out there who call me a liar, even though, as you know, I have talked at length about the infidelity rate in the service, that it's around 98 to 99%. And can you let everybody know out there, Yeetus, just how grimy these hoes are?
Bro, it is beyond grimy. It is so bad. I got one story. Literally, a guy, he got injured in Afghanistan. He got his hand blown off. Like, it was like dangling and stuff. And he was on his way to Germany to get his stuff fixed. And when he got to the hospital, they were like, trying to contact, his wife or anybody on his emergency contacts. When he called, he literally heard another dude in the house. So he's like,
they got his hand reattached?
No, like they had somebody like hold the phone to his ear so he could like talk to his wife. And he literally heard another dude like in that, like who the fuck is that? Because she didn't.
Oh, he's my friend from school.
Bro, you don't even go to school.
Well, hang on a second there, Yeetus. She goes to the parties. She doesn't go to the college, but she goes to the parties.
Oh, definitely. College parties, the bars, the clubs, even to the barracks to mess with the young soldiers.
This is what I love to hear, Yeetus, because this is for all the bitch-made simps who say that my girl's not like that, right? Yeetus, can you give us a rough body count of females in the Army?
Okay, so I say for every girl that's on base, she can at least have 40 to 60 body count, even more, but let's say 40 to 60 before she goes to the next unit. 40 to 60 bodies. And it could be multiple times with one guy. Like so I say that for the military, the female soldiers going to the military, it's like putting a pit bull inside of a butcher shop all alone. Like nothing but like meats and steaks and like run wild. And that's literally how it is for female soldiers. Going to the candy store pretty much.
Grabbing yourself a yogurt pudding cup.
I'm telling you, man, it is that bad. That's why there were some female soldiers trying to hit me up when I was still in the service. I was like, nope.
Ooh.
I'll tell you what I told TFM. You know, the shape of the human penis is specifically designed to scoop out other men, right?
Yeah.
Well, TFM's like, if it's still dripping, that's fucking gross, man. He talked about there was this dental hygienist on a ship. Now, I don't need to tell you that a ship on deployment is full of thirsty men. It's full of semen, and so is she.
Yeah, it's a STD breeding ground as well.
Oh,
it spreads like crazy.
I was gonna say because in the service, my brother, I have lots of guys who have been in the service, family and friends of mine throughout the years, right?
Right.
And they tell me that's how it happens, is that because there's so much cheek busting, right?
Right.
And man on man cheek busting too. Let's not forget that.
That's
They
true.
said that there's so much of it that like it can like I mean think about it. In the time it takes you to get a test, right? Or
Right.
you discover symptoms, the body count is basically spread. You know, we all know in math the term exponential growth, right?
Right.
Agent zero to full on epidemic within the military barracks could literally be less than it could be over a weekend, right? There's that many people who have shared bodies, right?
Yeah.
All right,
Uh,
let's wrap up the Thotmas portion here, and we'll jump
Oh
into
yeah.
episode 56.
Yeah.
Any final
So,
thoughts? You know,
when it comes to anything, or just this
just
topic.
this story to wrap up this story.
So this
of,
story, yeah.
bases.
There, bro. if men, if you're trying to look for this traditional woman in the West, you're wasting your time. You're completely wasting your time. Right now, it's statistically proven that there's more male virgins now than female virgins. That should worry you in itself. All
Well,
right.
traditionally, the female virgin was one who could outrun her uncle.
um, it's just it's so insane right now, and the worst part is there's no shame, there's no remorse, there's no nothing when it comes to the younger crowd of women, even middle age women. But when it's too late and the wall hits them like a truck, all of a sudden it's still men's fault that they're put in that situation of being alone in their apartment with their 20 cats and their box wine and their sex toys. It's still the man's fault, I guess. You know.
What do you want to tell those young bucks who are going in the service and who, or how about this, the guys who meet a girl who's been in the service? What do you have to tell those guys?
Who's currently in, or who's ever been in, or
Yeah, you know, there's always that guy out there, right, who says, "Oh yeah, I met my girl. She got it. You know, she went to the military to get this kind of a degree or whatever, right? She seems like a really cool girl." What do you have to say to that guy who's about to get with a girl who spent multiple years in the service?
bro, she got her cheeks clapped. Like, you underestimate the power of a woman lying. She will literally stone cold in the face and tell you some sweet nothings just to keep you in the dark while she's being passed around like a rag doll. Like, I'm telling you, it's no joke. It's no joke. Like, even the quote unquote nice girls that I met in the military, I find out that she had an orgy that weekend.
That's what we like to hear, man.
Yeah,
I've been telling the guys this for years, man. They're all getting ran through.
AWOL, like literally,
Yep.
like there's no point, because on top of that, they start early. Not even at 18. They start even earlier than that. So going from dude to dude to dude, literally freshman and sophomore year. That's when I see it starting, where they just go from dude to dude to dude, and that lasts all the way up until they're in their late 30s, early 40s, and then they expect men like you, who busted your butt for decades, to put a ring on that used up peace sleeve.
And here's the thing, though. They're going to win, right? They're going to win because these guys are going to say yes because their bitch made sense, right? Listen, I want to thank every woman who's been in the service and who's been ran through and finds a simp. I want to thank you. I want you to destroy these men's lives because, wait, hold on. These males' lives because they're not men. I want you to destroy them and to tell your girls to destroy them because the fewer simps we have on earth, the better. Can we all agree on that?
I definitely agree.
So by that rationale, we should be thanking the military for turning these girls into hoes and the dudes into basically, they go to the slaughterhouse, as TFM said. They basically lead you young men to get raped by the system, right?
Yep.
They got guys out here marrying strippers and stuff. So both sides are part of it. But yeah, we thank you for coming on to let us know because the military is a breeding ground for thottery. And there are people out there who still haven't figured this out, man.
I agree.
Well, thank you, Sir Yudis.
No problem, man.
All right, hold on. Just send a text right there. All right. Back once again, right before Santa hops on that damn sleigh with the rain thoughts. We are here for another Thotmas Carol. We got our man Bowser back in the house. Bowser, tell us what's going on.
What's up? Oh man, it's been an interesting last couple of weeks, man. Friend from Virginia, married chick, married to a military guy, has been hitting me up quite a bit lately.
And why is she hitting
So,
you up, Bowser?
of course, man. You know, all it is problems with the husband. He don't want to hang out with me. He don't want to do this. So she wants to come up and visit for a little dick session. It started a couple weeks ago when I went to a Baltimore Ravens game, and she hooked it up with some fucking awesome ass tickets. She paid for the hotel, all this shit, all of it.
Damn.
Now, hold
So
on, Bowser. The beauty of this is that obviously, saying you guys went ahead, you got the spot set up. You need to explain what is they give you these stories about, like, my husband this, my husband that. But what happens when if you question them? What do they say? Like, you question what they just said, like, oh, my husband's not giving me attention or whatever. I'm sure you said something like either that's too bad and it kind of ends, or you ask them, what do you mean?
Oh no, I was like, well, if your husband's not talking to you, then what's going on? Why aren't you talking to him? Like it works both ways. And
And
no
what do
answer.
they say?
No answer.
Yeah. Yeah, because it's all bullshit. It's all bullshit. You know it, I know it. Now, when it comes to what they want, though, Mr. Bowser, let everybody out there know. What is it they're actually seeking? What do they want?
Oh, they want validation. They want dick with no strings attached.
That's what we like. That's the best kind. That
Dirty Dan.
That's the best kind. Well, now you talked about a female cock blocker.
This is the one. This is the
Oh,
one.
is it the same one?
This is the one.
Oh shit!
We
Well,
all knew
go on.
why.
I ain't gonna say nothing. I ain't gonna spoil nothing.
We
Go
all
ahead.
knew why. Yeah, cause yeah. She came up a while ago before she wanted the debauchery that she brought one of her friends who was like a fairly attractive MMA chick with some buff arms, man. Let's put it this way. And yeah, was kind of cock blocking whenever I asked her about her friend. I wonder why.
Oh. Now, Bowser, we got to go into this though, because let's call her Buff Arms, right? Our buff girl. What is her marital status?
Oh, she's married.
They all are, right?
She's married too. Yeah.
Of course she is.
She's got apparently she's talking to some dude that lives around her. So it was there.
Now, Bowser, we got to ask the obvious question. What was her story as to how she got out of the house to go ahead and meet you looking to get bunker busted?
Oh, she was she's got her mother lives in Baltimore.
Of course.
So it was yeah, I'm going to visit family.
The stories that they use, right? And Bowser, we need to talk about this. How they go about getting out of the house to do what they're going to do, right? And we need to talk about the fact that the kinds of guys that they look for and then what they want once they get that guy. What did you tell us in the live chat?
I mean, to be honest, like she really didn't even need an excuse because it's almost like he didn't care, you know? Like she was just like, "Hey, I'm going out. I'll be gone all weekend." And he's like, "Whatever." So I mean, I don't know. Like, am I supposed to feel bad? Hell no.
Well, I love that this was a short and sweet Thotmas story, and everyone's happy at the end.
Oh, well, the thing is that we talk. We had you on before, Bowser. And you talked about being in the spots, being in the clubs. You got your man Phil, and we know how Phil gets down, right? There are people out there who don't know nothing about Phil. Explain to us about Phil so that these guys know.
Oh yeah. That was a friend from college, man, and he lived in the suite next door, and it was like that was party room, like we go over, we'd hang out, we drink, and like I'd bring girls around or whatever, and they didn't want to smash around people that I knew, so we go hang over at Phil's place, and definitely down for a little Eiffel Tower and some spit roasting and videotape and all that shit.
I prefer my spit roast to be extra glazed. I don't know about you guys. Are you guys hungry? I'm hungry.
That's the only time where it's okay for male to male contact in a GB.
Oh yeah. You go
Is
ahead.
the Eiffel Tower. You got
The
a high
Eiffel
five
Tower,
on
bro. When you throw that fist up, like, bro.
that.
I ain't gonna lie, man.
No eye
It's
contact.
yeah. No eye contact. Like, bro, we got it. And you just kind of like you always keep your eyes kind of like halfway down, like in that 3/4. Like you're looking at where her head is at. He's looking at where that back is arched at. You got to go ahead and go in. And you and Phil did damage out there. And explain to them what kind of girls were coming through, because we still have simps out here who think their girl's different. She was in college.
No, they were like the nice quiet girl, like never really known as being the girl who got all crazy. They weren't known for that. No. They just wanted to come down to College Park and they ran through because they knew they didn't know anybody else there. Then it's not like they're hanging out with any of their friends from back where they are.
Now, what do they tell their parents? 'Cause I'm assuming they had parents that were around, maybe boyfriends that you guys saw. How did that, based on their behavior, do you believe they had boyfriends?
Maybe a couple of them did. Some of them didn't. They just freshly out of a relationship and then wanted to ride the
Oh,
carousel for a little bit.
that's right. And ride it, they most certainly did.
And they get back together, right? They get back
Of course
together,
they do.
and
Of
he
course
doesn't
they
know.
do. That's what it always is. Chicks they want to date you. They want to date you because you're the wild, crazy dude or whatever. They want to date you for a little while, and it's always never can't stop talking about their ex-boyfriend. And it's like, all right, as soon as you bring up your ex-boyfriend, I already know. It's just, we got about 2, maybe 3 more weeks left before you go running back to him. Every time. Never fails. Never fails.
Yeah, that's one of the things is that you talked about in certain professions. I definitely won't dox you, but in certain professions, you show up to homes, right? And other people show up to homes, and you are given offers when you show up to these homes. Can you describe how that is?
I mean, it's not as often as it used to be because I've been kind of working on a night shift the past couple of months. But when you go around, you have certain projects and stuff. You gotta do a homeowner notification, and some of these people think that you're more of a bill collector than notifying of work going on. So some of them get desperate and they give you some propositions to not collect on a bill that they owe.
It's so shameless, and
Well,
I love it.
Well, I know everybody here knows the pizza delivery guy meme, right?
Yep.
Everybody knows that. That shit actually happens
Oh yeah.
all the time.
Oh
Chicks
yeah.
are like, oh, I don't have any money or whatever, but I can pay for this like this, or they'll answer the door in a towel. You know how that goes. Like,
Oh god, the dumbest one I ever saw was a home invader, and the woman had just gotten out of the shower, and so he points his gun at her, and he's like, "Hands up," and she like puts the hands up, and a towel falls off.
that's what I was gonna say. I was like, yeah, you deliver the pizza, and she answers the door in a towel, and then she goes to reach, and oh, magically the towel just happens to fall to the floor, like almost every time.
Oh, they
Now,
love
give
the
us
home
an
invader.
age range.
It's
These women are in these
30s,
houses.
30s, 40s,
Mm-hmm.
middle-aged chicks. It's always the middle-aged chicks, living in a nice house. It's always
Yep.
it's always the ones in the nicer neighborhoods.
That's right.
How many car
$100,000.
garages?
Oh,
Are we doing
well,
like 2 or 3 car garages or more?
I mean, 2-car garage, but it's 2 cars wide, and you could probably park 6 or 7 cars in there. So,
Okay, so how many cars do you park in her?
well, when you're just dropping off, I mean, you're making a delivery in more ways than one, but.
Well, one of the things is though, Bowser, is that our frequent guest J Love. Shout out to my girl J Love. J Love's son is out there working. He has to go to these homes, right? These big, $1 million houses, right? And he said it's all of them. the women shoot their shot. He said these wives. Remember, he just turned 18 last year.
But
Like,
see, you go to these houses in the nicer the neighborhood, obviously, because dude's making some money, so he's got a more attractive wife, but she's obviously bored because he's either out working or he's just a fucking beta simp who's the paycheck.
yep.
And so as soon as they get some time, and it's like it's quick, it's there, it's over, it's done, never hear from them again.
Yeah, I wish I could say the same. My experience was actually the opposite. Since we had the train running, we had the train station, right? So what ended up happening is they weren't like, oh, that was a one-time thing. No, they were like, yo, I know some other ladies who are going through the same marital problems as me, so service them. Like, one of the things that I think is becoming more prevalent, obviously, we have the internet around, and we have just the way the information flows is quicker. Being able to video things and being able to take pictures and stuff, like, these chicks want it all. So when you show up, Bowser, it doesn't matter if it's you or the next guy. Do you ever get this sense that it's the desperation? Like, the desperation has basically made them like thirsty, like way like an incel would be. Like, I'm just rabid.
You can see it in their face that it's just like their life, they're so bored, with life. They just want anything that's exciting, no matter how terrible, how bad it could fuck things up for them. If they get found out, they don't care. They just want any kind of excitement, anything.
Yeah, it's just the thing that's crazy about that is that we look at some of these situations, like you said, with your girl, MMA girl comes into town, right? And the cock block. At the end of the day, they're all basically in the same boat, which is they're with guys who are just earners, right?
Pretty much.
These guys are, yeah, like you said, they're beta providers, right? Can you talk about how they describe the husband in terms of, like, 'cause, a lot of times they're not going to say he's like a bad guy, right? They rarely say like, oh, my husband's a piece of shit and he's the worst guy ever. That's normally they'll say like, well, I love him, but
he doesn't talk to me. Sometimes he can get verbally abusive, like stupid shit. Like, I mean, you've heard it so many times before. The bullshit stories when you hear them. I try to stay away from the conversations about the home life if you can, because it's just like I've heard it all before. I don't want to hear it again. Like, I don't
look,
need to.
fuck you. I want to hear it again. Damn it. Listen. I got big shoulders. I want these bitches to cry on both of them. You understand what I'm saying? I want them to know that I'm very understanding. Okay.
I'm weird, man. I guess I'm weird, man. I think chicks look their worst when they're crying.
They do.
So
But
many
they look
girls,
better with a dick
they
in their
have.
mouth while tears run down their eyes.
Well, that's a little different. That's a little. That's like the tears from like a gag reflex. That's not like sad.
Yeah, I was
tears.
gonna say. I was just gonna make a facial abuse reference or something.
Oh man, Duke is he's a godsend.
What else you got? What else you got for us?
Well, I have more to report right after New Year's because I got a little trip planned next week.
Wait, is the girl coming on? The UFC chick coming back?
No.
Oh, that's too
No,
bad.
it's the other one. We booked a Airbnb in Richmond. Let's go drive down to Richmond for a couple
Virginia?
days. Yep.
Wonder what Kat thinks about Drex eyeing up all these women.
Eyeing them up? Oh, but here's the thing. She knows I'm the worst. She knows. I mean, here's the thing. We'll be out. Here's the thing. We actually openly talk about chicks, right? It's something that doesn't get talked about enough. Is that I think if more guys just started being like this is who I am. I like looking at hot women. Yeah, I'm looking at this hot chick right now. Because here's the thing. We should expect women to do the same thing, right? When they watch Magic Mike, they should be excited. You see what I'm saying?
I mean, look, it's the point where you go out, you go out with a chick, and she's tugging on your shoulder, pulling, like, hey, check this chick out. Look at her, or whatever. All the time. That happens all the time too.
All the time. Yeah. Look,
right.
Damn, isn't she hot? Yeah, you're 100% right.
Let's. So we will get a follow up. Might be too late for Thotmas Carols, but we'll get a follow up from you in the new year.
All right.
Well, Bowser, don't forget.
We got.
You definitely got to let us know about this damn buff arms chick. Look, I'm rooting for you. I'm in your corner.
Yep.
Well,
mean-
maybe not be in the corner.
I'm gonna be sitting there. Like, look, Bowser, you know, muscle-bound chicks want to take it the hardest and deepest and fastest, right?
Mm-hmm.
It is what they want, the physical abuse. Give it to them.
That's the plan. That's the plan.
Well, Bowser,
All
thanks
right.
for coming on, sir. Any last words?
Shit, man. Stay frosty, everybody.
Come on.
He's still in lines. Stay toxic. I'm fucking out.
You know what? I'm fucking deleting this. You know what? The episode's over.
See, I was gonna pull a Joey Diaz and be like, "Stay black."
Yeah. I love that guy, by the way.
Dude, I saw Joey Diaz in Timonium. Oh my goodness. I took a chick with me to see it, man. I'd never seen this chick's face more disgusted after that show. It was beautiful.
Oh, that's great. They don't know comedy, man.
No.
You got a few of them that do get it, but most of them they don't like that kind of comedy.
All right, then. Thanks, Bowser. We'll see you next time.
All
And remember, if you want the authentic Stay Frosty, you can come to me, producer.
Just
Tim.
for you, Tim. Just for you.
Peace out. Stay toxic, y'all.
See ya.
Later.